So in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn $1,000 into $100,000 as fast as possible. And this is actually something I learned when I was working at the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and this is an advice that I got from a NASA engineer. Now, before I tell you what I would invest it in, I would definitely not invest it in stocks or crypto or real estate or any of that stuff, simply because you only have $1,000, and $1,000 is not a lot of money. If you were to put it in stocks, you would probably have to wait like a year for it to like go up by $500. And if you put it in real estate, it'll probably take even longer. And if you put it in crypto, you're probably going to lose it. Instead, what you would need to invest it in is in your brain. You're going to need to invest it in having the right skills and tools to actually take that money and do something with it. And there's going to be 9 steps to doing this. And step 1, I would first invest in a really nice pair of headphones. I'd probably get one of those AirPods because they're small, easy to use, and you can connect them very quickly to your phone. And then for $40, I would get an Audible subscription, and that would give me credits for 3 books. And this is because the first thing you need to do is to first fix your beliefs and mindset and have the right beliefs and mindset to adopt the necessary actions that are actually going to help you get to $100,000. And the reason you're going to listen to audiobooks instead of read physical books is, let's face it, you have no time to sit down and read a book. So you're going to be listening to these books like on the bus, on your way to classes, or while you're doing chores like doing dishes or anything like that. And there's going to be 3 books that I would read. First one would be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Second one is Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude, also by Napoleon Hill. And then third book is called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50 Cent. I'm not even joking about this. 50 Cent wrote one of the best self-development books of all time. And it's going to help you stay focused on how to turn that $1,000 into $100,000. Okay, now we're already down $200. Next, I would invest in one of those things. It's called Freedom Journal. This is $20. And this is essentially just like a journal that's going to help you every day write down what you're going to do. And then at night, reflect on what you did and plan the next day. And it's going to be super simple, but it's going to be very important because if you plan your day and you track what ended up happening in the day and then you plan the next day, you'll probably be 10 times more productive than other people because nobody does that. People are just like a big mess walking around. They wake up as a mess. They go to sleep as a mess, and they're just an amalgam of all the things that they think they need to do, and they don't even know what that is. And I don't want you to be that. So for only $20, we're gonna get you one of those journals. You'll be able to focus on like 1 or 2 things a day. Now, likewise, for $80, I would get myself one of those whiteboards. And that's because this whiteboard will be really nice in brainstorming, dumping your ideas on the board, like figuring out what to do, planning. Because soon enough, we're gonna be taking our money and doing stuff with it. It's gonna help us make more money. So getting the best whiteboard you can possible, make it really big in your face, and get some really nice markers. That's gonna cost you about $80, at least in the United States. So that plus the Freedom Journal, that's another $100 we're down. Next, I would buy the best mouse possible, the best keyboard possible, and a really nice monitor. And that's because we're gonna be doing a lot of work on our computer to make that money. And we want to have like a really nice workstation. And for that, we want to be excited to be doing the work. And for you, using the best mouse possible, keyboard, and monitor is going to help you do the work. You can even get some motivational posters that's going to help you stay focused and make you more excited to sit down and do the work. But assuming that's going to cost you around $400, we're down to only $300. And before we go on and spend more money, we have to do something else. Next step, I would switch my major to engineering because assuming that your goal is to reach $100,000 as fast as possible and you're a student and you're stuck in college and you have to study something, your inclination may be that you should be studying business. Wrong. Making money is about solving problems and making products that sell. Sure, marketing and sales are very important and you could probably learn those in a business degree, although you could probably learn them just from reading a book in one day and practicing those skills on your own. So a business degree is probably a waste of time. I would definitely switch to engineering for 2 reasons. One, it's going to teach me how to solve problems very efficiently and it's going to help me start my own business, or I can go and get a really high paying job with an engineering degree, probably around $100,000. And through this engineering degree, you're going to have to solve a lot of very difficult problems, and by solving them, you're going to be really good at problem solving and making good products because your product will be solving a problem that exists in the marketplace, and that's how you get rewarded. And there's like tons of engineering majors. There's electrical, mechanical, biomedical, whatever. Pick the one that you like and the one that seems to resonate with you the most. In my case, it would be electrical engineering because it's the coolest one. Now here's where this becomes relevant to making money in the short term, because in engineering, you're going to have to get really good at math and physics to be able to get through the classes. Then at that point, I would start tutoring math and physics because in my engineering classes, I will have already done physics and calculus and solved all these problems and done them really, really well. I would take those skills and monetize them through basically tutoring other students who may not be engineering students or physics students, but still need to take calculus and physics. Now remember, we still have around $300 left from our initial $1,000 budget. I would take $30 from that and hire someone online on a website like Fiverr and design a really nice flyer for my tutoring skills. And I would make a digital version of it as well. And then I would print a ton of copies, let's say for $20, and then I would go and post them everywhere in the university and saying, hey, if you need help with math or physics, there's a fantastic tutor, and I would put my email and phone number. Now I would also take $200 and spend it on social media ads, such as like Instagram or Facebook ads. And I would try to target local traffic in the university. Again, taking that same digital flyer that I designed, saying, hey, if you need help with math and physics, there's this local guy that can help you. Now again, because I've gone through these exercises and I've been really good at math and physics, and I would watch YouTube videos and I would try to be as good as possible at teaching those classes. And because of how good I am, these people will start telling their other friends and there will be word of mouth. I'm gonna start charging more. So initially I may charge only like $20 or $30 an hour, but then I can start charging $50 or $100 an hour. Because this is basically how business works. If there's a lot of demand for your skills, the supply is limited, you can raise your prices. And this idea of word of mouth is so powerful. In fact, it's exactly how Tesla and Amazon became super successful in business. They focused on making the product so good that customers would basically tell their friends, hey, check this out. This is amazing. You should get this as well. And because I would be probably very good at tutoring math and physics, again, based on the books I read and the skills and mindset and beliefs that I've adopted, people would tell their friends about me and I can charge a lot of money. Now, you remember those 3 books that I recommended that you read? Because those books helped me a lot in my mindset, I can actually take that and apply it to engineering itself, the major. I can get involved in projects, clubs, and start doing things and stacking up my resume in parallel to doing this tutoring business. And once my resume is absolutely stacked, then I would take all the money that I have saved up from tutoring and I would go to conferences and career fairs. I would go to where companies are hiring and try to talk to people in person, because that's going to increase my odds of being hired way more than just applying online. For example, you could go to an IEEE conference and it's probably going to cost you money. It's probably going to cost you like $300 to register and like $400 to fly. And I don't know, $300 for the hotel and food to go there for like 2 days. So you'd save up all that money from tutoring that you made. Then you'd go and talk to somebody, and then first you try to get an internship, and in the internship you may build a connection, or if you're towards the end of your degree, then you would try to get an actual job. And because you've become so good at engineering, so good at tutoring, so good at teaching, problem solving, you have really good mindset and beliefs, you're going to be in the top 10% of the graduates, and you could easily get a job that's worth $100,000 a year. And there's one track you could take, or you could just keep focusing on that tutoring business that you just built and hire other tutors, and then you manage those other tutors, and then you grow the thing to be really large and expand across other universities. And then that also could get you to $100,000. So you could either get it through getting an engineering job, or you could grow your own business doing that. And this is how I would do it. I would probably pick either one of these 2 paths based on what I want in the moment. And oh, by the way, you would have $50 left from that initial $1,000 that we spoke about. And I think you should take that and buy a really nice dinner for yourself. Congratulate yourself for all the amazing work you just did. Now, while all of what I just told you probably sounds super crazy, and that's the reality, is that most people don't have the mental capacity or the beliefs to execute something like that on a long enough consistent basis. This is exactly why a lot of engineering students fail and drop out, and they don't stick to the degrees. And you would want to make sure that you would not be one of the students that fail, and you probably want to watch this video so it can actually show you how to not do that. So I'll see you over there. Peace, love.